with Wouter Welling, Policy Coordinator at the Dutch Ministry of Interior Affairs. Wouter, what do you think blockchain technology can bring the country of the Netherlands?
Well, it's an interesting question. I think blockchain technology can bring a lot to our country, and what I'm mostly interested in is the field of responsible innovation. So that means innovation which provides good services for the financial potential for the Netherlands, but also in a responsible manner. That's what I'm mostly looking at. And I think we have a unique selling point as the Netherlands. We have a lot of technical knowledge on that field. We have a lot of experience with innovations coming from our universities, and we have a financial climate which is towards innovation in the financial sector. So my role and I would be happy if that would be mostly towards a responsible way of innovating. So in a way in which the whole of society can benefit from the let's say the decentralized trust that blockchain can bring.
Okay. The Ministry of Interior Affairs is a strategic partner for the Blockchaingers hackathon. How does your partnership help develop the ecosystem for blockchain technology?
What I think is important is that the government is not only seen as a party that comes in when things go wrong, but I think it's important that the government is present when innovative tracks are started, and the government is also part of the ecosystem while it is growing and developing. And I personally try to get the Ministry of the Interior involved because we are looking at the consequences of new techniques when it comes to societal outcomes. So we're not really looking at what exactly is the newest coding language which we can use, but what we are looking at is, okay, if this would be scalable, what would be the effect on privacy in our society? What would be the effect on transparency? What would be the effect on societal trust in certain communities? So what I think is important that for the ecosystem, the regulators and the policymakers are involved from the start. And you cannot look at the policymakers to make up the brightest technological ideas, but we will be there to ask the hard societal questions. So when it becomes a thing, or when it becomes a media thing, that there has already been thought about it in the governmental sector.
Okay. So what do you think the impact on society could be from blockchain technology?
Well, I'm always a humble guy. Maybe that's why I work in the public service. So I always tend to answer that question by saying, well, I know some very smart people and you should ask them. But what I think is the most interesting possible consequence is that trust can be established without any form of trusted third party between actors. So those actors could be companies, those actors could be institutions, but those actors could also be private persons. So what you're seeing is that the need for trusted parties in an economical or societal transaction will be less. And I think that's just another step in our transformation in which economical transaction costs will be diminished in every way in which humans can interact with each other. I hope this is not too abstract.
No. So looking forward to the blockchain hackathon, what do you think your partnership will bring you?
What I think is important is that there will be a link between the hard questions the government is thinking about and the hard questions these creative minds at the hackathon are asking themselves. Because what we experienced last year in the hackathon was the freedom of thinking, which was mind-blowing over there. And on the other hand, you have hard societal questions which cannot be answered just by programming a new solution. So what I'm trying to look for is a way to combine, on the one hand, the creative thinking in concrete solutions which the hackathon brings up, and on the other hand, for example, one of the issues I'm working on is digital identity. So how can we be sure you are the person I'm dealing with within a smart contract based in a blockchain? I want to be able to ask these hard societal questions and use the creative minds of the hackathon community to bring up use cases and to answer these use cases with technical solutions, so we can work on the outcomes of, okay, would this actually be a good idea?
Based on your experiences with the previous hackathon, what are your expectations for the upcoming blockchain hackathon?
I think the tool of a hackathon has grown a lot, I think, in the last years, even in the governmental sector. The government is mostly, well, if something is done in the large corporations in the Netherlands, a few years later the government will do it. And this is the same with the hackathon. And you can really see that this blockchain hackathon has surrounded itself with positive buzz. And that's what I think we should be a part of. So it's a positive buzz, it's a thinking about solutions, not about problems. And well, I'm not saying that the government should be a direct part of it, but it should be there to be part of what is happening. So I'm not going to provide the solutions, but we are super interested in what kinds of examples or use cases people are working on, and do they bring along all the societal values which I think are important.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.